Hey coaches, Jonathan here with Wardbord. So I want to give you a super quick walkthrough of the stats and the analytics that are automatically generated for you inside Wardbord. That way you kind of know where to go. But then beyond that, like just get in there and explore. You know, there's not much work inside here for you to do, right? It's a lot of data for you to look at inside the analytics, and same thing for your stats, right? So you can look at it from a season view, player by player, and then the player of the week. This is, by the time you watch this will say leaderboard. It's going to have way more in there. In fact, this is in, we're building and finishing this up right now. And so right now is May of 2024. So this video will be outdated here very quickly. So anyways, let me get back to this right here. So let's start with the analytics, right? And so once you go, you're going to want to make sure that you're on the right season, right? And so I have it set up for spring ball. This is a live account from last year. And so you see all the games in here. But then once you go to the season analytics tab, you're able to look at your your analytics that are being generated for you, right? And so what you'll see are all the assignments that your coaches are evaluating related to execution, right? This is all happening while your coaches are evaluating. Same thing for effort, right? This is happening on the evaluation tab. These things are being generated for you. And so you can look at it as a team. You can look at it offensively, if that's the only way that you want to look at it. If you want to look at defensively or even special teams as well. So anyways, let me get back over here. And scrolling down, before I scroll down, I want to point out there's another tab here that you're going to want to look at. It's going to be important to you. But you can look at the reporting based off of your wins and losses by first, second, third, and fourth down. How are you executing? What does your effort look like? You get a flag report down here. So when are your players getting flags thrown? Who's getting flags thrown? And so forth. And then if you really want to get fancy, if you want to look at the last 3 games, or if you want to look at district games only, you can deselect the games that you're not interested in including, and you can generate a new custom report, and all of this will be generated to reflect those games that are selected. Over here at the bottom, you have icons that can take you directly to your player stats, your coach's notes, and your statistics, right, which is also on this tab right here. But before we move to statistics, let's look at group, right? So when you go to group, it's going to show you a lot of the same analytics that are being driven by execution and effort right here, and you can see that. But you're able to look at it on a position by position basis. And so offensively, you have all of your positions here. Once you switch to defense, you have all of your defensive positions. So you're able to sort through that stuff and look at that. This tab right here is also where you're going to see your what I call your performance totals. So tackles, which is a statistic, I do get that, but a big hit is a better example of a performance total, right, if you're using that. And so you're able to see that. Over here, offensively, an example of performance totals would be for your offensive line. Pancakes are not necessarily a statistic, but it is something that we count, right? And so you're able to see that type of stuff here in this section right here. That's analytics. Your statistics, right, are pretty self-explanatory. You got everything here that as a Max Preps registered stat partner, we've got it set up exactly how they want it set up and then some. But we are only sending to Max Preps what they will accept. And so inside here, you're able to see offensively, you got your rushing, receiving, passing, number of rushes, your yards, your average, your long, your yards after contact, your average yards after contact, your touchdowns as a running back, and so forth. So all of this stuff is being automatically generated for you as you're evaluating, right? And so offensive, defensive, we separate special teams players from kickers, even though they're all the same. But your kickers, they're looking at, they have just different things that they're looking at, right? Their primary metric on their evaluation screen is execution and effort, like everybody else. But we do also for the stats, we're taking field goal distances, missed. What was the distance that your average field goal is being missed at, and hopefully that's not happening, but you know what I'm saying. So anyways, that's that. Once you guys are done and ready to send stats, you're able to go here. It's going to take you to a scoring screen, right? So you can see touchdowns and points that are being scored, and then essentially you'll be able to download what you need so that you can export and import over into MaxPreps. Player stats, you're able to pull up a player individually and look at their offensive, defense, special teams, kicker stats right here. That's a beautiful thing, and then so forth. So that's your very basic overview of analytics and stats. I encourage you to get in there and explore. If you have any questions, please let us know.